Hello friends, today's topic is wages garnish. Let's rant.
Garnishing wages for anyone who has defaulted on their student loans. I know a lot of people last year said they just weren't going to pay it and there were no consequences after I paid mine. And I was like, well, that's some bull. But now they're going to start garnishing wages next month. Are you guys worried at all? Or do you think it's a bluff or you just don't care?
So let me get this straight. The Trump administration is moving to restart wage garnishment on defaulted federal student loans in early 2026, with notices starting the week of January 7th. That means that if you're in default, the federal government can tell your employer to take money out of your check without going to court, up to 15% of your disposable pay. And they call this accountability. But let me tell you what this really is, right? It's the government choosing to balance its moral story on the backs of working people. People who already can't keep up with their rent and their groceries and childcare and healthcare. And here's the part that pisses me off the most. The law says that they only have to leave you with an equivalent of 30 times the federal minimum wage per week. That's a floor so low, it doesn't even match real life in America. So while the administration brags about strength and winning, they are literally setting up a system to snatch wages from millions of borrowers, many of whom fell behind because of a system that was too expensive, confusing, and built to trap you in interest. And if you think this is going to stop at paychecks, no. The federal government can also intercept your tax refunds and even withhold certain federal payments to collect it. This isn't leadership, y'all. This is punishment politics. This is what it looks like when the government has energy for collections, but not enough energy for affordability. If you get a notice, don't ignore it. You have rights, you can dispute, you can request a hearing, and you can take steps to get out of default. But I want you to see the bigger truth, because they're calling it personal responsibility while they create a system where one mistake costs you your paycheck. That's not accountability, that's a shakedown wearing a suit.
47. Way to really kick a person down. So now we got 47 want to kick in gear for all these kids that may have their student loans either in default or whatnot. And now if they have a JOB, which it was hard to get a fucking JOB, now they want to take 15% of the gross money that these motherfuckers make before it even hits the net to pay on their student loans. Damn. Thanks so much, 47, for doing that for people. I mean, damn. My advice to anyone that has a student loan, get on the phone with your lenders and try to do a forbearance so you can kick it out. I think a forbearance is up to 10 years. Continue to do it because you can continue to apply for a forbearance. I do remember that when I did have my student loans. I kicked it in forbearance, and wherever the chips may fall is where they fail. And then what you do is you get the first loan, that's the lowest loan, start paying from low to high and see,
So next month starts the wage garnishment under Trump administration when it comes down to student loans. And I have mixed feelings about it, not necessarily in the sense that I don't believe it should happen, but I don't know how you go about dealing with that without it going this way. Like, you got to pay that money back, bro. And this idea that you shouldn't have to, or you should get an extended amount of time, like Biden gave y'all a lot of time and people just wasn't paying it or not even attempting to pay it. And I don't feel like that's cool. I feel like at some point you've had more than enough time to start working on that and putting money into that. You took out the loan, so who's supposed to pay that money back? And also, I feel like this is an eye-opener for anybody else that's going into college, taking out ridiculous amounts of money, like knowing that there are consequences for doing that. And maybe you'll take that decision a lot more serious instead of just borrowing money that you will never be able to pay back, especially for degrees and stuff that will never pay you money that will pay that loan back. So this idea that, he's a bad guy for making you pay back your loan, I don't think that. I think it's just the fact that you think that you shouldn't have to pay and everybody's mad at him for other stuff, so you just join on that bandwagon. There are a lot of things you can be mad at Trump over. Him telling you that you got to pay back money that you borrowed, I don't think is one of them you should be upset over, unless you just feel like you shouldn't have to. And the fact that Biden got people into this mindset that there is a way that you could not have to pay that back, although you borrowed it, is insane. You've had, since the pandemic, they've put that stuff down so that you didn't have to pay it back. And you also had an extra year after the election. When are you supposed to be paying this money back? And this is just a stance on the principle of the matter. Like, you borrowed tens of thousands of dollars and just absolutely think you're not supposed to pay it back, and that's supposed to be, I don't know where you get that from. But yeah, you've had a year to come to grips because Trump told you when he became president or when he got elected that this was going to happen. So if you wasn't gearing up to set yourself up to deal with this, I don't know what to tell you guys. You might want to cut back on that new gym membership and put money into your student loans, because 2026 is going to be a completely different year. 2025 was the precursor, but 2026 is going to be a brand new year for a lot of people and a lot of things, especially student loans, because everything is changing. Let this be a lesson to anybody who's even attempting to go to college. Take that choice, take that decision serious, and take out what you can afford to take out and use it the way it's supposed to be used. And take it seriously, man, because this idea of entitlement to just have all this money and all this debt and there's somebody else got to pay for it, like, that's the problem. One of the biggest problems we have, this entitlement, people just owing money and not feeling like they got to pay it off. Like, nah, we're not doing that. Get that money right. Get your life right.
If your student loans are currently in default, look at here and listen to me good. It won't be a Merry Christmas or a Happy New Year if they start garnishing your wages in January, which is what they plan to do. And who is they? Trump, the Department of Education, and that wrestling lady. Trump and his administration will start garnishing the wages of student loan borrowers that are in default in early January. More than 5 million student loan borrowers are currently in default, and that could swell to roughly 10 million borrowers very soon. But if you're in default and you're not sure what to do, I got you. Write this down. Number 1, act immediately. Before they can start taking your money and garnishing your wages, they have to send you a notice of intent to garnish. Once you get this, you have a 30-day window. Within that 30-day window, you need to either enter into a repayment agreement, request a hearing, get a rehab, consolidate your loans, and contact your attorney general. Number 2, get out of that default. You can either go into loan rehab, make some on-time monthly payments, consolidate your loans, or ask for a hardship. Number 3, get yourself a hearing, get a written request, delay that garnishment, and provide evidence of financial hardship. Number 4, try to negotiate a repayment arrangement, demonstrate hardship, and update any contact information that you need to, and contact your attorney general immediately. No matter who holds your loans, Mohila, Nelnet, or Advantage, my student loan templates are still available and they're very effective. So get them, fight back, get rid of that garnishment today.
Having your money taken out is wild, and don't let it happen to you. Comment down below and thank you for watching.